Before the break, we gave you a glimpse of this year's Blue Elephant winners at the 2016 edition of Kyoorius Creative Awards. Creates new conversations with the audience and has a lasting impact on the industry. Early Man Films took home a black elephant for Ambuja Khali, a very successful campaign it did for Ambuja Cement.
कभी सोचता था मैं अगर मैं औरों की तरह होता, पर मेरी माँ कहती थी नहीं बेटे, तू स्पेशल है.
At its most basic level, it's a very human story, right? It is a story of a man who's born too big and too strong for this world, right? And it's the humanity of it. It's his struggle with everything around him, and that, I think, added to the humor of him just crashing and breaking into things, right? So somewhere that piece of narrative touched a chord beyond just the slapstick humor of it. And I think it is an interesting use of a celebrity, right? Where you use one not just to showcase a celebrity, but you use one in a manner that sort of drove the benefit of the brand. It got voted on the views and the amount it was shared. So yeah, it was certainly amongst the most talked about pieces of work. It is the piece of work that I'm most proud of.
Most celebrity ads in India are crap. They just take celebs and just use them because they're celebs. So this had a good integration with the brand. So I think that made it really different. And secondly, treating Kali as a more, like we all think of him as a big giant, but like we treated him like he showed his very human side, you know. So that I think was kind of different. We were all a bit skeptical at the beginning, mainly because of his size. Like physically he's huge, so you think he's like a terror, but he's not. In fact he's a very nice guy and a very professional, far more professional than most of the other actors I've worked.
For the first time, every jury member, and I was listening to the jury members at that time, they felt it was one of the purest advertising from all perspective, craft, etc., that they have seen in a very long time. It was just pure advertising, a storytelling in the best possible manner, without getting into too much. And sometimes I think the industry is trying too hard to get something out, and this was not about trying too hard, just getting it out in the right possible way. I think it is great.
And the second Black Elephant was awarded to O&M for their popular campaign Beauty Tips by Reshma for the client Make Love Not Scars.
क्यों? है ना ये perfect?
The main reason is Reshma's bravery. For a girl to come out and make this statement in order to save other women in the country, I think I salute her bravery and I salute my team's way of thinking about it and working closely with Reshma. It's a very sensitive way of handling it. I can only say that hats off to each one of them for collaborating for a cause which is so important to our country.
Emotionally, I think both were diametrically opposite, but both were emotional. So I think they were both great wins.
The edition of Media Awards was a highlight this year. However, the only media agency that won was Max's
Page and Twitter handle.
I guess the familiarity of Kyoorius jury on media and the parameters that are used to judge the media entries aren't very clear to the industry. And that's natural because Kyoorius is just a 3-year-old entity in the advertising awards domain. So I guess given a little time, you probably can see a lot more participation from media agencies in terms of media case studies and media excellence categories.
As Kyoorius is poised to expand and stimulate the advertising industry at a greater scale, there's a buzz that the Kyoorius Advertising Awards may be the first Indian show to figure in the Gun Report's ranking of creative agencies across the world.
While the Gun Report, I must tell you, is not going to officially tell us that they are associated with the Kyoorius Awards, but the fact that they are here, which does imply that they are evaluating the Kyoorius Awards, which is an interesting thing. But what I did hear murmurs of is the fact that they are possibly going to include the Kyoorius Awards as well as the Goa Fest Abbey.
We are here to celebrate creativity and advertising. So if there are more than, we check out all the creative award shows that there are, and obviously India is one of the bigger advertising markets. So we have to make sure that we are looking at how India is celebrating its creativity. Obviously, Kyoorius is a relatively new show, so it would be I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't come and investigate it and see how it's run and see what's going on. So that's why I'm here.
For advertising and media folk, no evening is complete without some high-octane revelry. And of course, some keynotings for a grander next year.